What's going on, guys? Welcome back into the channel. In today's video, we are going to be jumping into our matchup against the Cincinnati Bengals here in Week 8, and I actually like the flexibility that this week, joining back into the franchise and starting up in Week 8 gives us, because what I did is I went out and made some moves prior to this game, but technically speaking, the game will still allow us to make moves after this game because it is still Week 8, and so there were some moves that I was sure of and some moves that I was not totally sure of. There are some moves that I absolutely said, yeah, I'm going to make this move to make this franchise interesting and make it fun. And there are some moves that I'm like, well, I kind of want to get a game back into this franchise before I decide on anything. So let's go ahead and jump into those couple of things before we jump into the gameplay and get all of that sorted out. The first of these moves that I feel like were absolute no-brainers had to be re-signing free safety Minkah Fitzpatrick. We signed him to a big deal, 6 years, $92.7 million, and then we also re-signed Diontae Johnson, who's really come on strong for the Steelers in real life now, and for us in this franchise as of recent memory. So 4 years, $60.6 million for him, and those are the two major negotiations that I thought, yeah, we gotta get those negotiations done. However, there are a couple of contract negotiations that I'm not totally sure of, and you're going to see some familiar faces here. We'll talk about these moves in a moment, but I'm not too sure about bringing back Chris Boswell on the amount of money that he's asking for per year. It's a little bit expensive, but it would be a Steelers-esque move to bring him back. I'm not totally sure about bringing back Stephon Tuitt, Devin Bush, or some of these new additions to the team, so we'll have to wait and see how I really feel about those players once we play. However, we did make a few moves that are very important to the roster. Number one, I realized having 3 running backs on the depth chart, not necessarily the best idea, so we did go ahead and bring Josh Davis up from the practice squad. This is an interesting player, 5'9", 195, 92 speed. He's pretty athletic, probably a bit more of a receiving back. We did not make a move with the wide receivers yet, although I am taking your comments into consideration. Some of you guys said to trade Juju, some of you said to trade Chase Claypool, most of you said to keep Diontae Johnson. I know everybody loves the outlook of Diontae Johnson. I don't know if I can commit to getting rid of either of these guys yet. I really think Chase Claypool is going to be a fantastic star for the Steelers in the future once he gets some of his issues sorted out, and I think Juju Smith-Schuster is the sure-handed slot wide receiver that they have to keep around on the team, but regardless, I do, like I said, want to get Joseph Nagata involved, and Gunnar Olszewski has stats for us on the season. I'd like to put him in that slot role and keep him working with the team. So we did not make a move at the wide receiver position, but what we did make a move at is the tight end position. We went out and brought in Colby Parkinson as our third tight end, and the reason for doing this is you guys probably know I love my tall tight ends. Zach Gentry's 6'8". He catches everything that you throw his way. Colby Parkinson is 6'7". There are not a lot of tight ends in the league that have that type of height and that type of size, so I wanted to get an additional depth tight end since I do utilize my tight ends a lot, so that those guys can come in, catch balls, catch contested catches whenever Pat Freiermuth subs out of the game. Next up, we made some moves to adjust the offensive line. So Trevor Penning is probably going to get a start at left tackle over Dan Moore, especially with consideration of what was going on with Will Hernandez and Connor Williams. Will Hernandez not playing too well in the absence of us in the franchise, and he let up like 6 sacks or something like that. So you'll actually notice that Trey Turner is no longer here at right guard. We actually traded him away. What's going to happen is Connor Williams is going to get this start at right guard. Will Hernandez is going to back up. We are pretty much locked in with Kendrick Green at center, Kevin Dotson at left guard, but what we did was we also brought in veteran Matt Filer at left guard, and we also brought in veterans at right tackle. Daniel Falele might get the start here. We might move somebody else over and get the start there, but regardless, we also brought back Alejandro Villanueva and Kelvin Beachum Jr. I just wanted to bring back some familiar faces to the Pittsburgh Steelers, to be honest with you, just to have some nostalgia, I guess you could say. So we did bring back those guys on the offensive line. Nothing changed on the defensive line, though I did talk about moving Stephon Tuitt and Cam Hayward. I looked into the situation a little bit more. Stephon Tuitt's probably going to play again. He's just in a rough situation right now, and they need to give him some time to recover and get back to a situation where he can play. He's going to be a great defensive lineman for the Pittsburgh Steelers if he can get back to the field and healthy. And Cam Hayward, we did sign to a big contract. I definitely still want to keep him around. Nothing else changed on the defensive line, but where we did have a big change was at middle linebacker. I said, screw it, guys. I said, let's go out and have some fun. You guys know how much Terrell Edmunds has done for us here in this franchise, and you guys should know by this point, if you've watched this franchise, how much I love Terrell Edmunds as a player. He's a stud of a player, even in real life. I know a lot of people like to hate on him because he lacks some of the coverage skills and things like that, but he is a fantastic box safety, and I decided I'm going to go ahead and get his brother. Tremaine Edmunds is an absolute beast in Madden, and I wanted to have this guy on my team, especially with Devin Bush not necessarily locking down a contract or anything like that. I wasn't a huge fan of Joe Schobert, but that's what we had to do in order to get Tremaine Edmunds. We traded over Joe Schobert, we traded over Trey Turner, some other guys, a draft pick. We gave them an absolute haul to get him over here to make it fair, but I wanted this competition at middle linebacker, and more than anything else, I just wanted a linebacker over here that I could have some fun with. This guy is a monster, and it's going to show on the field. I can guarantee you guys that. And then Buddy Johnson will be rotating with Lakia Henry. And next up, we did make an adjustment to the cornerback position, so we kept around Dante Jackson and Kerry Vincent Jr. We actually traded away Cam Sutton. He's a player that I'm not a huge fan of personally, but a lot of people like him, and there's a lot of value for him to be had around the league. So what I did was I traded him away so that our starting three can be Jackson, Vincent Jr., and Josh Jobe, and then I brought in Joe Hayden as a depth signing to rotate in at cornerback. We also have Elijah Blades, who I like a little bit. I like this cornerback room more than what we had before, so I'm very happy with the situation of the roster right now. And guys, that's literally everything you guys need to know heading into this game, so let's go ahead without further ado and jump into this matchup and get some gameplay going. Now, I cannot guarantee that my voice is going to hold out for this game. I am sick right now, so I can't guarantee that I'm going to be able to hold out for the entire distance of this game, but I'm going to try to. I'm going to try to get you guys some good commentary during this game and have a little bit of energy for it. And, you know, I'm trying to practice some things. I'm trying to maybe get into some commentating in different leagues and stuff like that, so I would really like to maybe practice bringing a little bit more energy to these videos and things like that. I don't know if it'll come across on the mic, but I will absolutely be trying here for you guys today. So opening kickoff, let's go ahead and get to it. We're going to skip ahead to the opening kickoff. We will be kicking off to the Cincinnati Bengals, and I'm actually kind of excited to see what my boy Joe Burrow can do. If you guys know anything about me, I'm an LSU fan, and I like Joe Burrow, and it's a little bit hard because as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, I'm not supposed to root for these Cincinnati Bengals, but you know, when the Steelers aren't playing, I kind of like this Cincinnati Bengals team, especially with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I just don't like when we have to go up against them head-to-head. You guys can see right there, Joe Burrow, 15 touchdowns on the season and only 2 interceptions. Let's hope that this defense can maybe get that interception number up. But we got some tough work ahead of us here today. This is going to be a very hard defense to stop. Now, I did come up with, and I shouldn't say I came up with, I had somebody introduce me to a new idea on the defensive side of the ball in terms of something that we can do to try to defend teams like this, especially, you know, this team, Kansas City, teams that we might otherwise struggle to defend against. And that is honestly like running cover 4 and sagging off your coverage. Like that was one of my buddies, shout out to Diamond King 5923, who has a YouTube channel. I don't think he posts much anymore, but shout out to him. He kind of introduced me to his discovery that he had, and we might try to implement that a little bit today. Jaguars, what the heck am I talking about? The Bengals having a little bit of early success here up close to the 50-yard line. We're going to go ahead and again, I mean, we're calling a lot of man coverage here. It's a little bit dangerous. Good tackle by Minkah Fitzpatrick. Joe Mixon reaches out, but I don't think he's got it. That's going to bring up 3rd and inches. tough situation here. I'm going to go ahead and call a 3-4, and honestly, I'm just going to bring a blitz. I'm going to try to get this stop, and hopefully they don't pass this ball. We do blitz, and we got him in the backfield, but a good broken first tackle by Joe Mixon. That takes the Bengals up across the 50-yard line, and it's going to put them in a pretty solid field position here. I'm going to get you guys most of this first drive. I can't guarantee you. Oh, geez, I got to work on the depth chart here real quick. I don't know what's going on with that. That TJ Watt is in at sub linebacker. Kind of weird, but a nice stop there. It kind of worked for some reason. I'm going to have to play with the depth chart here real quick for you guys, and I will be back after this play. I'll work on the depth chart, and I'll be back to you guys shortly. Ooh, I missed that hit stick tackle. All right, let's go ahead and work on this depth chart. Be back in a second. All right, we should be looking good here now. Tremaine Edmonds, is on the field now, which is mainly what I was looking for. I want that guy to be on the field. We just traded for him. We gave up a haul to get him, so need him to be on the field for us. And the Bengals continue to move the ball. We have not had success stopping what they've been throwing at us so far today. I'm going to bring Joe Hayden over. Joe Hayden subbing in at free safety, I guess, right now. Nobody there. Nobody can shed a block. We do just barely manage to stop him at the 2-yard line. But, man, this is not going our way right now. They're just moving the ball on us easily at the moment. And Highsmith dropping back here in this 4-3 formation. I don't know that I love this playbook that I'm running. I might need to try something a little bit different. Stephon Tuitt makes a huge play. Stop on the goal line at the 1-yard line. Joe Burrow coming out again here in the single back formation. Offensive line gets a great push, and that'll be a touchdown for Joe Mixon. So the Cincinnati Bengals coming into Pittsburgh going to get the early 1-score lead here as Pittsburgh is trying to do something a little bit different. I don't know that I even put Kenny Pickett as the starting quarterback on the depth chart, so I got to check that before we come out onto the field. All right, yes, so Kenny Pickett is on the field for us. My strategy here in today's game is going to be a very obvious one. It is going to be to run the football with Najee Harris, basically ride him all the way to the end of the game, and have Kenny Pickett try to game manage the best that he can. That's what I think the realistic game plan needs to be for the Steelers, no matter who they go with at quarterback next year. Kenny Pickett going to drop back to pass here on the play action. Has the tight end. Can he go up and get the catch? He does. Zach Gentry, as you guys can see, those tall tight ends, it doesn't matter what their stats are. I'm pretty sure that in Madden, one of the things that basically trumps everything else is height in this game. And not even weight, it's height. If you have a guy that's like 6'7", they catch absolutely everything. Najee Harris with another hard run gets 4. 2nd and 6 situation. We're getting close to the 46-yard line, 50-yard line. I can't even speak right now because I'm sick. I'm a little bit loopy, but Najee Harris gonna get another carry right there. All right, we're going to go with this empty bunch formation to the right side. This is Pittsburgh's playbook. This looks a little bit different than the last time that I used it. We're going to go ahead and hit Claypool. He does catch that ball on the run. Chase Claypool, the player that we're really looking to make a decision on right now, not sure exactly what we're going to do with him. They are stacking the box, and if they're going to stack the box, I'm going to throw the ball. They're daring me to throw this right now. I think Deontay's about to be open. He is. Catch that ball on the sideline. Beautiful catch down to the 7-yard line, and we're in prime position to be able to try to score here once again. Let's go ahead and try to punch this in real quick. I'm going to put Pat Freiermuth on a slant because I feel like he's going to be my short-handed target over the middle. Throw that quick and intercepted. That's going to be Logan Wilson who gets the clutch interception in the red zone. So Kenny Pickett did not get this ball out of his hand quick enough to get this ball into the window. There's an obvious window right here, and nobody ever moved out of it. So Kenny Pickett has to drop back quick, put that ball right here. He puts it too far to the left, you guys can see right there, and it goes right to the linebacker. So not exactly what I wanted there. I was pressing circle as soon as this guy was out of his break. This ball should should have been thrown right here, and I was even holding the stick to the right, and Kenny Pickett misses his target. So we're going to have our work cut out for us here as the Bengals get a clutch interception here down near the goal line, and we might have even had our slant open with Najee Harris on the left side. So tough break there. Slightly misplaced ball by Kenny Pickett, but nothing we can do about it now but try to play some defense, get the ball back, and try to put some points on the board. And following another steady drive by the Bengals, we were not able to get a whole lot done against them on the defensive side of the ball. We just cannot stop anything right now. And this is one of my biggest troubles with Madden lately, and one of the things that was very frustrating with me is going up against the CPU. It's very difficult to really do anything. So, in terms of stopping their offense, I feel like. So, we're down 14-0, and we got to deal with it. We got to make something happen. We got our check down open. Pat Freiermuth picks up a really nice gain up to the 46-yard line. So 5 minutes left here. I'd love to get another score on the board. I'd honestly love to get a score on the board, get a stop on defense, and try to make this a very close game. But this is a tough situation. Deontay Johnson open on the sideline and intercepted. Wow, they're going to call that one an interception. Who is that? Booth, they said, intercepted that ball. What is going on here? This is one of my other complaints about the game, and I don't want to do this. I don't want to complain all day long about this game, but Kenny Pickett drops back, throws this one to the outside. This is an obvious catch situation. This DB should have no chance at this ball, but Madden makes these guys cut underneath every single time. And for whatever reason, this ball isn't placed right. The game never has the quarterback lead the receivers in a proper place. This ball should be to the sideline where the defender can't get it, and unfortunately that one's picked off. Nice interception there. Let's check the name on it. I think it said Booth. Booth Jr. gets the interception there. That's 2 interceptions for Kenny Pickett in this game. We have a hole to climb out of. So down 21-0 with 2 minutes and 5 seconds left here in the first half. It's honestly just a matter of salvaging something. Nothing has gone the way that we wanted it to in today's game, and we haven't run Najee Harris enough. We've honestly been trying to pass the ball too much. There was a really nice run there by Najee Harris, but 2 minutes left in the half. We have to get a touchdown. There's literally no question about it. It has to be a touchdown. If we don't get a touchdown here, this game is all but over. So we have to make something happen, and it has to happen now. Minute 30 about left on the clock. You guys can see everything is shaky right now. Right now, Kenny Pickett not having a good day. He is shaken. We're going to go ahead and pass that one to the sideline. He does lead his receiver a little bit. Catch made up to the 40-yard line. So we're getting close. Minute left here in the second quarter. 3 timeouts remaining on the clock, so we do have plenty of time. Oh my goodness, and he overthrows Chase Claypool. The bumped off route made the defender essentially get out of the way, and unlucky there. We had a wide open receiver, and Kenny Pickett can't make the throw. Chase Claypool over the middle. We're going to go ahead and use that opportunity for another timeout. Very important down right here. We're going to go ahead with some type of a passing play because I really don't feel like a run is a great idea. And Kenny Pickett can't get the ball out of his hand quick enough. The pass rush is getting in there today. It has not been great. Honestly, we can't kick the field goal. There's no choice. We physically cannot kick the field goal. We have to find some way to get something going here. So I don't know what I need to do. Maybe Pat Freiermuth over the middle, maybe Chase Claypool just on a slant here or something like that. Chase Claypool, quick slant, intercepted yet again by the free safety Jesse Bates. He read that all day long. It wasn't even close. Let's go ahead and take another look at this one. Jesse Bates comes down and lurks over the middle, acrobats in front for the interception. I couldn't have asked for a better display of what I hate about Madden 22 all in one game, but we also got the acrobat interception in front of Chase Claypool. So tough break for the Steelers. Nothing going in the first half. Honestly, at this point, we got to try to not allow them to score before the end of the first half, because if they do, the game is absolutely over, and our hopes are dashed at that point. A completion to the sideline. Joe Burrow doesn't look like anything is slowing him down today. Chances are good that he's probably going to take them down here for another score, but we're going to have 1 second here before the half. Kenny Pickett going to try to lob one up and get something going, and it's picked off. Surprise, surprise, we should have expected the interception in a situation like that, but you guys can see the pass coverage here has been absolutely nuts for the Cincinnati Bengals. Offensive focus, we have to throw medium. We have no choice right here, and I don't know, I guess on the defensive side of the ball we want to try to stop the run, but 21-0, we are getting the ball in the first half. We got a hole to climb out of, but it's gonna take a ton of work. All right, so let's get this started right now. They're going to go ahead with some form of a blitz, it looks like. Let's go ahead and call the play action play. And Kenny Pickett rolls. I don't think we have a chance. I don't think we have a chance. I think this is Madden just saying you're losing this game, period. They just sacked us out of our play action play. I don't know why this is a roll to the right. It shouldn't be a roll to the right, but for whatever reason, Kenny Pickett rolls right into this open blitzer. This should be a roll to the left, but whatever. Rolls right into the open blitzer and would have had the tight end open coming across the middle. Probably would have been jumped for an interception regardless because of the way that this game works, but going to be a strip sack, and the Bengals are going to get the ball back on like the 14-yard line. Oh my goodness, guys. And guys, this game is all but over here. We try to run the PA crossers, and Juju Smith-Schuster is absolutely locked up. This defender is running his route better than he is. He is literally, this is a linebacker that is running in front of a receiver on their route. I don't understand how that makes sense whatsoever. So what we decide to do, whatever, regardless of that, we try to throw it to Chase Claypool, because Chase Claypool actually has a step on this defender. However, Kenny Pickett is just going to not lead him, and again, the defender is going to do that thing where they undercut the route and intercept it off of him. So I don't know why this ball wasn't placed out in front of Chase Claypool. That's just Madden being Madden. That is interception number 5 on the day for Kenny Pickett, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm going to head to the end of this game because there is no chance that we win this one, and we're going to have to get it moving to the next one because we need to put this behind us, and this is going to put us in a really rough position on the season. But hey, I want a challenge. I want a position to have to work out of, and this is giving it to us. So let's go ahead and get to the end of this game, and I'll see you guys in a moment, I guess. So that's going to do it for that game. We got blanked 35-0. We absolutely could get nothing going on the offensive side of the ball. So I don't know that that's a good testament to who we want to move on the team or who we want to keep around. Honestly, one of the only people that was making any type of a play in that game was Chase Claypool, so I don't know that I necessarily want to move on from him, but holy crap, that game was rough. That is one of the roughest games of Madden that I have played in a while, and a very good example of why EA needs to fix this crap and fix their gameplay, because that was really, really broken is the best way that I can describe it. But with that being said, we're moving on. Cincinnati Bengals 7-1 on the season, taking a commanding division lead, especially after that game. So if we make it in this season, it's probably going to be a wild card spot if we even make it in at all. The Browns are sitting at 4-2, the Steelers 4-4, and the Ravens 3-4. So we have the Ravens next game here. Let's go ahead and advance to that week so we can see what exactly is going on with the Baltimore Ravens. They moved to 4-4, okay? So we're going to have to try to get something done against the Ravens. This is the week that we have to turn it around. We have too good of a roster to not be able to put points on the board. To get blanked by a Cincinnati Bengals team like that is honestly embarrassing and a bit of a disgrace. So Kenny Pickett needs a bounce back in a huge way, and this team all around needs to step up their game and play better. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was an absolute thrashing by the Bengals. Some rough interceptions and things like that. Very, very tough game for us. And honestly, a very bad start back into this franchise. But like I said, it puts us in a super interesting place in order to start going again in this franchise. So leave a like on the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And, maybe I'll bring you guys another one of these this week, because now that happened, I really want to try to bounce back. So I need to put some more work into this team, make sure that the depth chart is correct and things like that. And then we'll be back with another episode in due time. I'll see you guys in the next one, and I hope you have a good one.